3-point win. You've talked a lot in the last few weeks about being able to string some momentum together. How important was it to be able to string back-to-back victories together?
Yeah, I mean, give me 1 sec first. First of all, kudos to those guys over there. You know, Scott Nennis deserves this job, and if he wants it, he should get it at the end of the day. Same thing with Justin Tatum over there. When you flip a team around during the middle of the season, that's one of the hardest things you can possibly do. And the way they've been playing has been fantastic, and he deserves to be honored by that in the right way. And I'm sure they got more wins ahead of them, but he did a fantastic job of flipping this team around in the last 2 months. So credit to him, and I'm hoping he gets a job moving forward. For us, I thought we were just, pretty level-headed and on point right from the beginning, and set a really good tone with our defense early on, and got after them, and we ended up winning all 4 quarters. And at times, it was a little bit hard to play with a lead. I wasn't overly happy when we gave it back a few times, but in general, our guys were doing the right thing. The ball was moving, and our defense remained relatively consistent. And I think there's just a little bit of a wear-down factor when we're up the floor and doing what we need to do. And these guys responded fantastic. He had an unbelievable game, high quality game from Jack, and a lot of guys chipped in and did a really, really good job for us.
I'm going to touch on Jack a bit later. We might go straight to Jack now. How impressed were you early? I thought he came out and really set the intent early in that contest.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a leader of this team, and to me he's a lifelong Jack jumper as long as I'm going to be here. And he's been fantastic from day one, and who he is as a person and how he carries himself around the community and what he means to this state. He's always been on point in those areas, and his game continues to grow. And he can score at all levels. And when he's going and emotional and into the games, which is just about every single time he shows up, he's a big lift to our guys. And again, he was just fantastic tonight with his leadership, and got us off to a pretty good start, and it just made some really good plays.
You mentioned his leadership, obviously taking on the vice captaincy this year. A lot of players can kind of, if they take it on, it might be too much for him. But Jack, it feels like it's really been able to lift his game and improve it a whole lot.
Well, yeah, him and Fab, obviously being the 2 vice captains, have both, been here for 3 years now and seen what's going on, and they've been a huge part of that factor. And obviously Jack has too, and they're learning from a hell of a captain in Clint Stein also. It's a good group to be around, obviously, and we pride ourselves on the character of our guys and the humility of our guys. And someone like him has got a lot of growth in those areas, and at some point or another he will be the captain of the Jack Jumpers. Yeah, I don't want to pump his tires too much.
It's crazy. This is the nicest stuff we've ever said.
Yeah, we got to get away from it, but we'll move on.
Jack, it must have been really pleasing, obviously, to have a good team win, but also to play the way you did personally.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at this point in the season, it's just about putting wins together. Like, the personal stuff is always nice, but it's irrelevant if you lose games. And right now, with how close it is, you just want to put up wins, and that's what we did this weekend.
Seen Adelaide come out, I think they won 3 in a row up until today. It felt like there was a real intent from the group to come out early and be able to stifle any momentum that they might have been able to get in this game.
Yeah, I mean, at home we want to defend what we do, and I mean, with that crowd going crazy, I knew I wanted to set the tone early with energy, and that's getting on the rim. So we were able to do that, and we kept that lead for the rest of the game.
You mentioned the vice captaincy, as I said, it feels like a role you really relished it and loved taking on this year.
Yeah, it's been fun. I think you said before though, it doesn't improve my basketball, I don't think. I mean, that's off season. That's where basketball improvement happens. But it's been fun, learning a lot about leadership, and just trying to show up and be better in that area has been a fun little challenge.
What's the biggest thing you've learned as vice captain?
The balance between speaking and not speaking. The more you speak, the less people listen. So finding ways to impact your message, constantly leading by example, but taking steps in knowing when to put your foot down, when to speak, and make sure those words are heard.
Really important to build some momentum now. 2 games to go, coming off 2 wins. It's a really important win to build some momentum heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, momentum and just wins for the ladder. So you're not looking too much at it, but we played some good basketball this weekend, and we're going to show up in a couple of days and continue to improve, because there's a lot of season left.
Got the FIBA window coming up, Jack. Saw your name mentioned the other day in an article about potentially playing for the Boomers. What would that mean if you got that opportunity?
Yeah, it's always an awesome opportunity. You never really know how those things are going to play out, but playoff basketball, playing in the NBL, it's a crazy time. Bodies are hurting and all of the above. So whatever happens, you're either locked in preparing for playoff basketball, or you're representing the country, which both are awesome opportunities.
What do you think, Scott? Does he deserve a spot in the Boomers list?
Well, I think, anytime you have a chance to do that, it's great. It's just, I think, a very unusual time of the year to be doing this. I think the teams that they're qualifying against are not overly strong in general, and there'll be some teams that won't be playing in the finals, and there'll be plenty of players to pick from also in those areas too. So it's a balancing act between where you are in the season, where you are on the standings. You're talking about guys going away for 7, 8, 9 days with travel, and then coming back for 2 days to get ready for a finals game. So those potential things are difficult decisions to be made. We leave it in these guys' hands of actually at the end of the day what they want to do. But I know it's a juggling act, and the timing of it is not really, really good.
Pretty special moment at the end of the game when Richo got his opportunity to come onto the court. Just making dreams come true.
Yeah. Him and LB, obviously, to have Tasmanians out there running around, and LB contributed in this game immensely with JC going down with some early fouls and held his own in there and just as steady as a rock for us, and loved the kid to death. And then Richo just is coming off actually another ankle sprain, and we were hoping he would dress tonight and play. And when we got back from Cairns, he said he was ready to go. So great to get him out there, well-deserved, a great kid. When you have Tasmanians playing with the Jack Jumper jersey on, it's a special thing. Hopefully we'll have more in the future, but a really good moment for him.
And we saw at the end of the game, Mags obviously go and give his jersey to the little girl that he cleaned up almost during the game. Another special moment, I guess, in the culture you're building. We saw Clinton's shoes in New Zealand last year and that tonight. It's pretty special.
I mean, I've said this before, the wins and losses are fantastic and they take care of themselves, and sometimes we don't win the games that we want to, but the biggest thing that I'm most proud of being here is our players representing the state and our organization, and everyone from top to bottom, from Christine Finnegan down, of just doing the right thing by Tasmanians. This is a unique opportunity for this state, and they rallied around us and we're rallying around them. And it's a special bond, and to represent an entire state like that, and for our guys to always be out there doing the right things and making the right impressions, whether we're traveling in and out of airports or a situation like that when unfortunately Mags falls into the stands. They just do the right thing. And again, I'm always going to take character over talent. I love talent, don't get me wrong. If I get both, it's a home run. But we have, in the last 3 years, put together what I'm really, really proud of is high character guys that really care about this state and this team.
Just on Mags, you were pretty confident he was going to be okay when we spoke the other night. Was he ever in any doubt coming into the game?
The only doubt was actually that night, he was in the hospital in the middle of the night to check on if he had a punctured lung or anything, just to make sure his travel was okay. And once they cleared him for that, he's, like I said, as tough as nails, and it was going to take a lot to have him not playing a game. We'll have a couple of days of rest and get him back on. Marcus actually was the one that was hurt with a little bit of a bruise on his knee, so we were monitoring him quite heavily tonight. But we have a couple of days off now to regroup and get ourselves settled. But I didn't expect anything other than Magnay to go out there and do what he does.
The last one, Scott Nunes just said that he's tried to build the 36ers like you have here, and has tried to do a lot of what you've done here in Tasmania. What does that mean to you?
I mean, that's a strong statement. Like I said, I'm proud of what we've done here. For other teams to emulate anything that we're doing here is a credit to our players, our staff. I can't thank them enough for that comment.
Murray, you've got your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a tough act to follow. I'll just quickly, Scotty, that was actually a franchise high scoring record tonight, which you sort of look at that with surprise, given how well you guys have played over the last 2 years. What does that say about the team that's a record, 109 points? What do you think that says about the guys?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, the unselfishness of the group to keep the ball moving, and not anyone that gets overly hungry about having to get my shots, my time. It's about me. And the ball movement that we've created here the last 2 or 3 years and how we play is ultimately an equal opportunity. Obviously, Jack and Milt and JC this year get a lot of the shots, but we don't tell anyone else not to turn down shots. So, Shawnee Mack chips in. There's this constant guys that are just doing the right things and taking the right shots, and the shot discipline is hugely important during the course of the game, especially at the end of the season. And so the pace that we're playing is a little bit faster, and having Magna out there and his ability to roll to the rim puts a lot of pressure on defenses to either guard the roller or sink in and kick out threes, and to have him and Marcus in that dynamic role has opened up the floor a little bit too. So it's a combination. It's a great credit to Mark Rafford and Jack Fleming and Jared Weeks on the offensive side of things, of just continuing to tweak things, and get guys in the best possible positions to do what they do.
Nice, mate. Thank you.
Chris, when you're ready.
Yeah, can I just ask you one quickly, Jack? I remember talking to you when you were in Adelaide with Scotty Ninnis, and we talked about how you work out with his jersey on. What's it like coming into a game like this now, where he's coaching the team you're playing against, and you look down and he's the coach? What's that feeling like for you?
Yeah, no, that's cool. Scotty Ninnis was like kind of a mentor for me in Adelaide. He rocked number 9 back in the day and gave me one of his game-worn jerseys that I used to rock in to train in and work out in. So it's always a great honor, one, how small but the basketball community is. I mean, at this level, everyone's helping each other get better. This off-season, I was training with him. I sent my brother to Adelaide to play for him in the off-season league. So the basketball community's small, and then to go out there and compete, like, that's the best honor that we have at this level, is giving it your all and battling out on the floor. So it was a good, fun game, and I'm glad we came out on top, but he's doing a great job, and he's a great man.
Thanks very much.
Just one to both of you, today's Members Appreciation Round. I suppose how important are our members to the club? Scott, with you?
Well, they're everything at the end of the day. This franchise is built on representing the entire state, to defend the island for the entire state, and it's been our mission with the Jack Turfers from day one to connect the state from top to bottom. And the passion that these fans show every night to come here and cheer us on, and the family days, and just the love you see around the entire state, and the jerseys now being worn is just incredible. And we're always trying to make sure that we're in the community, giving our hours back, being selfless servants to Tasmania. And again, it's why the people that I've selected to come here and play for us are all about those things. They're never bitching and moaning about going to an appearance or going somewhere. They're always like, okay, let's go, let's get it done. Let's get out in the community. And they're always on point, the clinics with the kids and just everything. So again, that's the thing that probably I'm most proud of, erase the wins and losses on the court stuff. These guys have just been incredible for 3 years now.
Jack, people spending their hard-earned to become a Jack Jumpers member and be involved in the club?
100%. I mean, it's understatement, but without the members, we don't have a job. I'm just some dude in the street shooting hoops in a ring, just saying, yeah, look how much fun I'm having. But, I mean, when I was 7 years old, hitting game winners in my backyard, I wasn't doing it alone. I was doing it in front of thousands of people. And so when I get to come out here and really do that, like, that is what I live for. That's the reason I make the sacrifices. That's the reason I show up every single day. That's the reason I bring energy, is to get those 5,000 people going crazy when I get to do my thing, and seeing the energy they bring. I mean, that's why we play the game.
Beth's in town, little boost.
Beth's in town for sure. That's why I played extra well. So shout out to Beth. We need to get her a paramedic, full-time paramedic job down here in Tassie. Then I'm here to stay.
Shout out to the government.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Job.com.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Thank you.